you checked your portal?
I'll see it after the class once again.
Now we will start topic 3, electric flux and Gaussian. So, your NEET aspirant or the
So JEE.
JEE? Okay, so before going to topic 2, we will discuss some JEE questions. Then we will move to topic 3. So, have we started? I think we have discussed question number 1, right, in the last class? JEE question.
We had done the first one.
Sorry?
So we had done the first one.
Yeah, we have done it. Right. So, now moving to question number 2. That is JEE main question number 2019. So, go through question number 2 and let us see how we can solve. Is it visible? Question number 2.
Yes, sir.
So this question say question number 2, if we see charge is distributed within a sphere of radius r with a volume charge density rho r is equal to a upon r square exponential minus 2r upon k, where a and small a are constants. If capital Q is the total charge of this charge distribution, the radius r is. Okay, so can you give any clue how to solve this question? Any idea how to solve this question? Have you understood the question, Yashkar?
No, sir.
What happens in this question is we have given charge density, volume charge density. That is charge per unit volume is given as this rho. And it says that total charge is Q. So what we have to do is first we will calculate total charge. Then we will equate that charge equal to capital Q. Then we can find the value of capital R. So let us understand the diagram. Suppose we have a sphere like this, conducting sphere, and charge density of this sphere, charge per unit volume. Suppose say it is rho. It is given in the question, which is a upon r square e to the power minus 2r by k. So its value is given as charge density. Charge density, that is charge per unit volume. If I had some charge, then there must be charge density. This is called charge density. And its value is given as charge density. And the question it is given as a upon r square a upon r square e to the power minus 2r upon k e to the power minus 2r. Generally, what happens in some question, like when we see some practical thing, charge density is given as like 8 coulomb per meter cube or something. But here, what is the speciality is, here the charge is variable. Understood? Here the charge is actually variable. So here the difference. It's not constant. It is given as A by R square minus 2R upon 3, where A is a constant. It means charge density is varying with radius. Charge density is varying with radius. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting the first? What we are doing? We are doing question, this question. You see question number 2. The main question number 2 we are doing right now. So go through this question once. Rifat, are you listening? So in the question, volume charge density is given, which is having value, which is variable. Now to find the total charge, what we have to do is, so for that I will draw a bigger diagram. First, we will consider a smaller sphere of radius. Suppose there is a smaller sphere. I will draw a sphere. Suppose we have a sphere of radius. Here the charge is variable, so we cannot calculate it directly. We have to use some integration. So for that, I will consider a small sphere of radius r and this thickness dr. Got it? So this is we have to do. We have to consider a small portion of this sphere. We can assume a sphere is made of number of spheres. This sphere is solid sphere. So actually this sphere is solid. This is a solid sphere, and we can assume that this solid sphere is made of number of spherical shells. So we have considered one spherical shell. Have you got it? Its radius is r and its thickness is dr. Are you getting, Yashika?
Yes, sir.
So now first we will find charge on the shell, elementary shell. Then to find the total charge, we will integrate it. So if we consider the shell, charge on this elementary shell will be dq. That will be equal to density into its volume. That will be equal to density into its volume. Here rho r means, here we have given in bracket, r is given in bracket, which represent function. It's not multiply. Okay, rho r is not multiply. It's just to a suffix to represent the variation of charge density with r. So we will put the value of rho which is a by r square e to the power minus 2r upon k. And what will be the value of dv? Can you suggest, Rifat, what is the value of dv? Small volume of this elementary shell. What is this volume? dv, volume of the elementary shell. Yashika, you may have studied in Gaussian. I think you have considered some Gaussian surface and you have calculated area. So, what will be the volume of this shell? Actually, I will give you how to visualize it. The shell is like this, you know, it's a thick spherical shell. If you can visualize it, it's like it's a sphere and its thickness is d. Its radius is r and its thickness is d. Do you know surface area of a shell? What is the surface area of a shell, Yashika? What we
4 by 3 pi r square.
how much?
4 by 3 pi r square.
4 by 3 pi r square. That is, you misunderstood. That is, I think that is volume. 4 by 3 pi r cube. That is the volume. But I am asking the surface area. There can be two things associated with a sphere, right? One can be volume and one can be area. So, right. So, a spherical shell can have, or a sphere can have two things. One is volume. So this is the total volume. If you see this total volume, that is what is the volume? 4 by 3 pi r. Volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r. But if you see the area is only upper surface, right? Area is only upper surface, not within. Only we are considering about this surface area, round. So that area is, surface area is 4 pi r square, if you remember. Surface area of a shell is 4 pi r. Volume is 4 by 2. In area, always there is a square. If you see in expression Q, it means it is always volume. Unit of volume is meter cube. If there is a square, it means always area. So area cannot be Q. Got my point? So this is volume 4 by 3 pi r cube, and this is surface area. This is surface area of a sphere. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the question. So here we have elementary shell. What will be its volume? If we want to calculate volume, volume is always area into thickness. Area into thickness. Volume is always area into thickness. So if we say its volume is dV, what will be its volume? Area is 4 pi r square and thickness is dr. So its volume will be 4 pi r square dr. 4 pi r square dr. Here we will put dv equal to 4 pi r. Have both of you got this? How we calculate dV? Any doubt? Where is the issue, Rifat? Where are you facing the issue? Can you tell? Okay. Yashika, you understood how we calculate dV?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if we calculated dV, now we can calculate the total charge. How to calculate the total charge? The formula for total charge was so now here we can have the value of dq which will be equal to here r square and r square will be cancelled out. So it will be 4 pi a r square is cancelled out. So we will get 4 pi a e to the power minus 2r by a dr. So this is the value of dq. Now to calculate total charge, we will integrate it. So total charge will be calculated as q will be equal to integration of dq. That will be equal to what is the value of dq? We have got the value of dq we have got as 4 pi a e to the power minus 2r by a dr. So this we got as 4 pi a e to the power minus 2r by a d. 4 pi a e to the power minus 2r by a d. So this is the now what is the value of r? R varies from 0 to, if you see in the question, the radius is capital R. So here R will vary from where to where? 0 to capital R, right? Have you got how we take limit? We have to consider the whole sphere. Therefore, R should vary from 0 to capital R. Getting my point? So you have to integrate it. So take 4 pi a outside. The integration will be e to the power minus 2r by a dr. This is the integration. So can you integrate it, Yashika? In NEET, questions are not much difficult. They are not as like some difficult integrations. But although this is not a difficult integration, but in JEE such type of questions are asked. So you must know the integration, such kind of integration. Are you familiar with this integration, Yashika?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay. So have you studied 11th class in basic mathematics? If there was a lecture of basic mathematics or not? Okay, I will explain you how the integration differentiation I have given you some idea. So let us know how this integration comes. You always remember integration of this is actually very easy integration. You may have heard this integration of exponential x. Integration of e to the power x dx. You have to remember this. There is no method. You only have to remember this. Integration of e to the power x is always same. Integration of e to the power x is e to the. You make a note of this. You always remember differentiation and integration of exponential quantity remains same. You may have seen like this differentiation of e to the power xy dx, which is also e to the power x. So either it is integration or differentiation of exponential function, it remains same. What is ex? Ex is exponential function, right? What is ex? Ex is exponential. Exponential function. It is called exponential. It is called exponential. So integration of exponential function remains same. E to the power x dx remains e to the power x. What you got it up to this point? Yashika?
Yes, sir.
So if it is multiplied by some quantity, like if x is multiplied by some constant, suppose it is a to x. Whenever x is multiplied by some quantity, the integration becomes like this. It is always divided. So its integration becomes like this. It is divided by constant. If e to the power x is multiplied by some constant, here you can see the x is multiplied by a, so the integration remains same, but it is divided by the constant. Here a is constant. So what is a? A is constant. You can see by example, for example, integration of e to the power 2x. What will be its value? Can you say? What will be integration of e to the power 2x?
E to the power 2 by 2.
Correct. E to the power 2x by, it will be divided by constant. Nothing more than e to the power integration of e to the power 3x dx, that will be equal to e to the power 3x by 3. Are you getting path? Are you getting the first? So in integration, if you multiply it by constant, it is always divided by that constant. Okay. So now tell me what will be the integration of the given quantity here. This is also same kind of thing. E to the power minus 2r by a. So here you can see what is the constant. What is the constant? Can you say which quantity is constant here?
Minus 2 by
Minus 2 by a. Correct. So here minus 2 by a is constant. So the value will be, this value will be 4 pi a, and what will be the integration? Integration will be e to the power minus 2r by a divided by constant. What is constant? 2y. Getting my point?
yes, sir.
So 0 to r is actually limit. How we use it, I will also explain you. Let us see. Here we have done integration without limit. This was integration e to the power 3x and 2x. But if you have given some limits, suppose you have limits like 0 to 5. What you have to do? You have to put the values. You have to put upper limit and lower limit. So take constant outside. What will be the answer is 3 into 5. Upper limit, first put this value and then put this value. Minus e to the power 3 into. Getting my point? So you have to put upper limit minus lower limit. In place of x, you have to put 5 and 0. Are you getting my point? And subtract. So this is how we integrate with limits. These integration were without limit. You see here no limit, here no limit. But if we put limit, the answer will be there. You have to put upper limit minus lower limit. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So in the given question also, what we have to do is we have to put the values of limits. So its value will be 4 pi a into a by minus 2 into what is the upper limit? In place of a small r, we put the value as upper limit and lower limit. So what will be its value? Tell me. What will be value inside the bracket? Nashika?
Sir, e to the power minus 2 capital R by A upon minus 2 by A.
Correct. E to the power minus, in place of r, you have to put capital R by a minus e to the power minus 2 into 0 into a, right? Into 0 by a. Getting my point? In place of r, you have to put capital R and 0. And just subtract, nothing. So simple thing, just put the values of limits. So now what will be its value? 4 pi a into small a by minus 2 into e to the power minus 2r by 2r by a minus e to the power 0. 2r into 0 will be 0. 2 into 0 will be 0. So minus e to the power 0. So now total charge becomes total charge q is this value 4 pi a into a 4 pi k into a minus 2 minus e to the power minus square by a minus e to the power u. E to the power minus 2r by a minus e to the power minus e to the power 0. What is the value of e to the power 0?
1.
Correct. It will be 1. So e to the power minus 2r by a minus 2. So it is the total charge. Now according to the question, the total charge given is capital Q. In the question it is saying that the value of total charge is capital Q. We will put the value according to question. According to question, what is this? Q is equal to capital Q. So we will put that value. This implies capital Q equal to minus 2 pi a into small a e to the power minus 2r by a minus. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate from the given. Yes, we have to calculate capital R. So now No, only mathematics is there. If you see, physics has already been finished here. Physics is only involved in this part. This part. Now only we have mathematics. So now put the values. Now from the given values, we have to calculate capital R in terms of A and small. So how to calculate capital R? This Q can also be written as 2 pi A small a minus will be inside, so 1 minus e to the power minus 2r by a. Now this can be written as capital Q by 2 pi a into small a, that is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus 2r by a. From here, I will separate this. E to the power minus 2r by a will be equal to 1 minus q by 2 pi a. So from here, see the options also. Now what we can do, we can also say that 1 by 1 minus q to the power 2 pi into a. If we take inverse, that will be e to the power 2r by a. It will become plus. If on power become plus, it will become inverse. So have you understood till now, till this step? Any doubt, please ask.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now from here, if you know, if exponential any power eliminates, that becomes log. So from here, if you see what will be the value of 2r by a, here we have 1 by, here what we have 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi, 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi a into small a, that is equal to e to the power 2r by, that is equal to e to the power 2r upon a. So here what will be the value of 2r by a? When there is a power, when the power eliminates, it becomes log. So it will be log e 1 by 1 minus 2 by 2 pi. Have you understood this? If we eliminate a power, it becomes log. Like if you have 10 to the power x equal to 2, then x will be equal to log 10 2. Do you know this concept?
Yes, sir.
So same is the concept here. 2r by a will be equal to this. So from here we can calculate r. R will be equal to a by 2 log base e 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi a into b. It can be rearranged also, but here we can check the options. If you see the option B, check option B. A by 2, check option B. A by 2 log 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi small a into capital. Same is here. A by 2 log e 1 by 1 minus q by 2 pi capital A into small. So, which is the correct answer? Can you match?
B part.
Yes, the correct answer is B. A by 2 log 1 by 1. So have you got this? How we solve this question? So this is kind of G question. Little lengthy, not much lengthy. If you are doing, I am teaching you, so I am doing it step by step. But if you're doing in exam, or you're doing only, you are doing the question, then you can easily do. So always take time in explaining step by step. But if you do the question, then not take. So have you understood, both of you? Yashika, Rifat, have you got this? All right. Okay. So now let us move to next question. This was JEE 2019 question, JEE main 2019. So here, if you are, you are a JEE aspirant, you must know integration and differentiation. You have to combine over that. So whenever integration or differentiation will be used, I will explain you so that you can not forget it. And it's not much tough. It can be done, and not much tough integration or differentiation. Math student is going to study. Already you are going to study in 12th class where integration and differentiation. So then it will not be an issue. In NEET, uh, very less questions are asked based on integration or differentiation, especially on harder integration. Lower integration, some questions are asked based on lower differentiation, easy differentiation and integration. So there will not be issue for NEET as well as JEE. JEE students are already going to study integration in mathematics, so there will not be issue. And for NEET students, questions are, if questions are based on integration, they are very easy. So you can solve it. So whenever integration is coming in the question, I will explain it and you can solve it easily. One or two question may be asked sometime, but hardly based on integration. Very less question. Mostly some of the question or very few questions are based on integration in NEET. But for JEE examination, 90% question or 85% questions are based on integration and differentiation. You must master. Have you got, Yashika, what I'm saying? So you have to know integration and differential, and you are going to study maths. And whenever integration comes in physics, I will explain. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so move to the next question. That is seem to be easy. So see question number third. Both of you go through question third. It is also JEE main question asked in 2019. Have both of you gone through the question? It says two identical conducting spheres A and B carry equal charge. There are two identical spheres A and B carry equal charge. They are separated by a distance because you have internet issue. I think you meanwhile you got disconnected. So let us see question number third. It says two identical conducting spheres A and B carry equal charge. So there are two identical conducting spheres A and B carry equal charge. They are separated by a distance much larger than their diameter. So what it means, let us explain it through diagram. So we have two conducting sphere. One sphere is like this, suppose this, and also there is conducting sphere like. So two identical conducting spheres A and B. So these are, suppose this sphere is A and this sphere is B. They're equal charge. Suppose charge on this sphere is, charge on both sphere is capital Q. Charge on this is also Q. Charge on this is also Q. They are separated by a distance much larger than their diameter. So what does it mean? It means, suppose their radius is A. Suppose their radius is A, then separation between the charges. Suppose separation between the charges is small r. So this is much greater than their dimensions. The separation is much greater than their dimensions. It means suppose this value is like 5 centimeters, or so this value is like 200 centimeters. So separation is much greater than their dimensions. It means we can treat these spheres as point charge. The meaning of this is we can treat these spheres as point charge. Okay. Now say that, and the force between them is F. So in this situation, the force between A and B, the force between A and B is given as F. In the question, force between A and B is given as, obviously these are having charges, so there must be electrostatic repulsion between them. It will repel it, and this will also repel it. So the force is given as, okay. A third identical conducting sphere C is uncharged. Now there is another sphere C. Suppose we have a sphere C. This sphere C is uncharged. This has no charge. This sphere C is uncharged. Okay. Sphere C is first touched to A, then to B, and then removed. So what happened is, first it is in contact with A. First these were in contact. So a third identical conducting sphere C is, and sphere C is first touched to A, then to B, and then to B. As a result, the force between A and B. So what happens is, the sphere C is touched to A. So it means A and C has been contacted. We made a contact between A and C. So what concept here you have to apply is, you have to apply the concept that when two identical charges are kept in contact, charge is equally distributed. What happens? Equally distributed. Equally distributed. It means when C is kept in contact with A, charge on A will become Q by 2, and charge on C will become Q by 2. Getting my point, Yashika? Have you got my point? How charge become Q by 2?
Yes, sir.
When A and C are put in contact and they are identical, so charges will be equally distributed. Charge on A will become Q by 2 and charge on C will also become Q. Now what happens? Again, this charge, this sphere A. Now this sphere A is again put in contact with B. According to question, if we see, sphere C is first touched to A, then to B. Sphere C is first touched to A and then to B, and then B. So not A, sorry, it's not A. C has been touched to B also. The sphere C first touched to A. So what happens? Charge on A becomes Q by 2 and charge on C becomes Q. Now this sphere C. Now this sphere C is again put in contact with B. So what will happen? Again, equal distribution of charges will take place. So what will be charge on B now? Can you say? What will be charge on B now? Yashika, can you guess what will be charge on B?
3Q by 2.
Pardon? How much value you say? 2?
3Q by 4.
Correct. 3Q by 4. This should be half, right? Equal distribution. So it should be Q by 2 plus Q divided by 2. So it should be 3Q by 4. Getting? Now we have to find force between. Have you got this point? How it becomes 3Q by 4?
Yes, sir.
Now charges are like obvious. Q is Q by 2. Now our thing is easy. Initially, if you say force, F was what? F was K Q square by R square. Initially charge was Q. Now what will be F dash? F dash will be K charge on A into charge on B divided by distance remains same. So now put the values. K, what is the value of QA? QA is Q by 2. And what is the value of QB? QB is 3Q by 4. 3Q by 4 by R. So the new force will become 3K Q square by 8. Have you got my point? 3K Q square by 8. Are you clear with this? So it can be equal to 3 by 8. What is the value of R square is also there. What is the value of KQ by square by R square? F. So the new force will be 3 by 8 F. Have you got this, Ashika?
Yes, sir.
So now check the option. Which is the correct answer?
D.
D is the correct. 3F1. It's a good question. You have to apply the concept of charge. Not much tough, but you have to use the concept of distribution of charge. So this is how we got the answer for this one. Have you got Rifat? How we got 3F by 8? Such question can be asked in NEET also. It's not much tough. Only we have to see the redistribution of charge. The second question may not be asked in NEET, but this question third can be asked in NEET. So this is how we use the distribution of charge. See, we know the distribution of charge. We haven't applied it. Now you see today how we applied the distribution of charge and how important it is. Now moving to next question. So have you solved, both of you solved the JEE class 11 questions? In, or it's or in the class you are going to study 11th also for JEE NEET? Or have you done it before? JEE class 11 questions, JEE and NEET questions. Have you done that? Or we are going to cover in this class? We haven't gone through JEE NEET class 11, right? Means I have to discuss. Yashika,
I've only done a few.
are done? I have to discuss, right?
I've done a few, but not a lot of them.
I'm not getting you. Means you haven't done that, right?
I've done some, but not a lot of them, but some of them I've
Okay,
done.
some of them. Okay. So first we will discuss 12, then we will see if we'll plan accordingly. Because half of the questions are from 11th also, right? Okay, now see question number 4. See question number 4. First see on the left side. Shown in the figure, 2-point charges plus Q and minus Q. To go through question number.
Sir, option C.
Option C, sigma 1 equal to 0 and sigma 2 equal to 0. Let us see. Shown in the figure are 2-point charges plus Q minus Q inside the cavity of the spherical shell. The charges are kept near the surface of the cavity on opposite sides of the center of the shell. So sigma is the surface charge density on inner surface and Q1 net charge on it, and sigma 2 the surface charge on the outer surface, and Q2 net charge on it. So I think both are equal and opposite charges. So C is the correct answer. I think. Since the induced charge will also be equal and opposite, so the net charge will always be 0 because here we have plus and minus charges of equal height. Yes, sigma C is the correct. Have you got Ripat? How C is the correct answer? Here we have equal and opposite charges. So induced charges will also be equal and opposite, and that will cancel. So net charge will always be 0. Okay. I think no need to solve this question. Or should I solve? Okay, moving next question. JEE question number 5. Go through question number 5. Very important question for both JEE and NEET. Question number 5. Two charges each equal to Q are kept at x equal to minus A and x equal to plus A on the x-axis. If charge Q0 is given a small displacement along the y-axis, the net force acting on the particle is proportional to. So both of you have understood the question? Yashika?
So,
So there are two charges which is placed at minus A and plus A. So let us understand it through diagram. Suppose we have axis like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and we have two charges. According to question, two charges equal to Q are placed at minus A and plus A. So minus A and plus A. So suppose we have this as minus A and this as plus A, and there are two charges Q. Suppose this point is A, this point is B. Now the question says two charges is equal to are placed at minus A and plus A on the x-axis. A particle of mass m and charge Q naught equal to Q by T is placed at the origin. Now another charge is placed at the origin. Its charge is Q by 2. Okay. If charge Q naught is given a small displacement, so suppose the charge is Q naught and its value is Q naught by 2. Now Q naught is given a small displacement along the y-axis, the net force. So what we have to do is, I will remove this one so that it can. Charge on this is given as, this charge is Q naught and its value is given as Q naught. Now what happens? This charge Q naught is displaced. Suppose I place charge Q naught here and it is given a small displacement, y much less than. So suppose I displace Q naught through a small displacement y along y-axis. Then we have to see the net force. What is the value of net force and which is proportional to? So we have to find the net force on Q naught. Net force on Q. Suppose this point is. Have both of you got the question? What is happening? We have two charges. One is placed at minus A, another is plus at plus A. One charge is at A, which is at minus A. Another charge is at B, which is at plus A. And there is a charge placed at the origin. So we have displaced this charge through Y. Then we have to find net force on this charge. Are you getting my point, Yashika, Rifat?
Yes, sir.
So now we will find the force. So how we will find it? Let us draw a line. This. What will happen is this charge cap this charge at A will repel it. So the force due to A will be along this direction. FA, and force on it due to B will be along this direction, FB. So we have to find the resultant of FA and FB. And both are symmetric situations. So value of FA will be equal to FB. So can you give some idea how to solve it, Yashika?
Sir, Coulomb's law.
What you're saying
Sir, Coulomb's law.
means?
Coulomb's law. We can use.
Yeah, correct. Coulomb's law we have to use only. There is only possibility we have to use Coulomb's law. Correct. So we will find FA. How we will find FA? FA will be this distance is A and the vertical distance is Y. So FA will be K Q naught by distance ka square. So the distance is AP, right? AP ka square. So the AP distance will be A square plus Y. Similarly, force on due to B, FB will also be same, K Q naught by A square plus Y. Let us say we know that FA and FB are equal symmetric case. So let us say FA equal to FB equal to F. Now suppose this angle is theta. So net force, what will be net force on P? Can you say what will be net force on P? In terms of component? If you see here, we can divide the force in two components. So one will be here like this. What will happen here if you see its value is F? So along this direction it will be F sine theta. And the resultant force of FB, FA and FB are equal F. So here also it will be F sine. So F sine theta component will be cancelled out and F cos theta component will be added. Both of F cos theta. So F cos theta component due to both the forces will be added. Getting my point? Getting it, Yashika? theta.
Yes, sir.
So the net force will be 2F cos theta, right? Net force will
Yes,
be
sir.
2F cos theta. So 2F. Now the task is to find theta. So here, if that angle is theta, this angle will also be theta. So cos theta, what will be the cos theta? What is the value of cos theta? Deepak, Yashika, what
So
is the
cos
value of cos?
90,
What is cos
cos
theta?
91.
No, in this triangle, you have to see in this triangle. In this triangle, you have to find the cos theta. You have to find in this triangle. Base upon hypotenuse. What is the base? What is the base here in the triangle? If you see this triangle, you see it is A, O, and P. This angle is theta. This value is A. This value is Y, and this value is under root A square plus Y square. Got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Here, what happens? Here, square is removed. Here, square is root is removed since in the force we have square of distance. That is why square is removed. But here, if you see cos theta, what will be the cos theta? Base upon hypotenuse. So y upon a square plus y square. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So we'll put that cos theta will be equal to y upon a square plus. Now we got the values. Now we'll put these values. So we will get F equal to total force FP equal to 2 F y upon under root a square plus y. Also we will put the value of F. So 2 into what is the value of F? K Q naught by a square plus y square, and the value of cos theta is y upon a square plus y. Are you getting my point? Up to this point, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now the problem becomes easier. What we have to do in the question, it is given condition. Given what is given in the question, it is given that y is much less than a. If you see the condition in the question, it is given that y is much less than a. So what we can do? We can use the approximation. We can put a square plus y square will be approximately equal to what?
A square.
Correct. Yes. So same thing. What will happen? FP. If you see FP, what was that? We will put a square plus y square equal to a square. Here also we will put a square plus y square is equal to a square. So we will get at FP is equal to 2k q naught by under root a square plus y square into y. It was y of it was this a square plus y square into it was under root a square. So we will use this approximation, and the value will be approximately equal to 2k q naught by a square into y upon a square करूँ, so it will come as 2k q naught upon aq into y. So this term is constant, right? This term is constant. Q is constant, Q naught is constant, A is constant. So from here, what we can say? If P is proportional to 1. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the answer? C.
A bar.
Answer should be A. So this is how we proceed. So force will be directly proportional to Y. Do you know if the charge could have been negative, if could have had come if by proportional to minus Y. You know, if here you can see the charge Q naught is actually positive. So obviously force is towards y-axis since force is repulsive. If charge Q naught had been negative, then in that case force should have been proportional to minus y. It would be attractive. Getting my point? If charge Q naught is negative, then force will be proportional to minus. Understood my point? What I'm saying? Trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Their charges are positive and repulsive force. So force will be along upward direction. Resultant force will be along upward direction. Resultant force will be along this. You see the resultant force will be along. But charge, if charge on P is negative, then net force will come downward and F will become proportional to minus. Getting my point? So this is how we proceed for such question. So both of you got. Now move to question number 6. So we have solved the question 5 was JEE 2030. Now move to question number 6. So go through question number 6. Have both of you understood the question? What it is saying? It is saying that two balls, I will explain it through diagram. It is saying that two balls of same mass and carrying equal charge, two balls of same mass and carrying equal charge are hung from a fixed support of length L. Okay. At electrostatic equilibrium, assume that the angles made by each thread is small. The separation x between the balls is proportional to. So let us understood it through a diagram. Question is same. So let us try the diagram first. So what happens is there is a ceiling. Suppose we have a ceiling then, and this is the two balls of same mass and carrying equal charges hung from a fixed support of length L. So suppose this is the fixed support. This is the fixed support, and suppose there are two threads like, and two balls are hung from this. Suppose there is one ball. And suppose there is another. Both should look identical. Both are identical balls. Suppose these are suspended and this is vertical. So two identical same mass and carrying equal charge. Suppose mass of each ball is m. Both are having equal mass and charge. Suppose mass of this ball is m and charge is q. Mass of this ball is m and charge is q. Suspended from support. So what will happen is, okay, string length is x and the separation x between them is 4. So at this time, what will happen? So what will happen? Due to electrostatic repulsion, both are having equal charge, so there will be electrostatic repulsion. Suppose this force is F act on this charge, and there is a force F act on this charge ball. Suppose these ball are A and B. So they will be separated because of electrostatic separation, and at some point they will come to equilibrium. At some point, both the A and B balls will be at equilibrium. In the question, it is given that the separation between them is x. Suppose at any time the separation between the balls is x. And suppose the angle is theta. Suppose this angle is theta and this angle. Saying this theta is small. This angle is small. So are both of you getting the question?
Yes, sir.
So we have to find the proportionality of this distance x. So can you give me some clue, Yashika, how to solve this question? How to proceed?
Since they are at equilibrium, the forces are equal.
Yes, correct. So forces. So here we have to obviously equilibrium. So net force will be equal. So we have to first identify the forces then we have to balance those forces, right? So here we will see what kind of forces are acting. If you see Paul A, there are such kind of question I have also discussed in NEET, I think. There was a question in NEET also. So if you see, if I see, I will draw a vertical line. The tension force will also act on the pole. And if this angle is theta, this angle will also be theta. And what will be the component of tension? If you see here, it will be T cos theta. And if you see here, it will be T sin theta. So for equilibrium, what should happen? Net force should balance. So T cos theta should be equal to its weight also be acting vertically downward, mg. So T cos theta should be mg. And what should be T sin theta for vertical equilibrium? T sin theta should be equal to F. Horizontal force should balance and vertical force should balance. Now, if we divide both the forces, what we will get? We will get T sin theta upon T cos theta, which we equal to F by mg. So from here, what we get? Tan theta. Tan theta will be equal to F upon mg. Getting my point? Tan theta will be equal to F upon mg. Now, here theta is small. What is theta? Theta is small. So if theta is small, tan theta can be approximately written as theta. And that will be equal to tan theta can be approximately written as theta. And what will be theta? Theta can be equal to, if you see, theta can approximately equal to x upon L. Getting my point? Or theta is approximately x by L.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from there, you can write x by L equal to 1 by mg. And what is the value of F? F will be equal to kq square by x square. F will be equal to electrostatic force will be kq square by x square. So
Yes.
from here, and what was asked in question, the separation x, we have to find the relation between x and L. So from here, what I can write as x cube. X cube will be equal to kq square by mg into L. So other things are constant. So from here, you can say xq is proportional to L. Yes or not? Xq is proportional to L since kq square by mg is constant. So from here, what you can say? Xq is proportional to L to the power 1 by 3. Getting my point or not? X will be
Yes.
proportional to L to the power 1. So which option is correct? You see, option D, L to the power 1 by 3. Have you understood, both of you? Any doubt?
No,
Have you
sir.
understood this one? So what we have to do, they have to balance the forces T cos theta T. So have you understood, Ripper? So we have discussed till question 6. Next class we will discuss question 7 onward, and I will give you some assignment also, question 7 and 8. I think this we have discussed question number 7. No, in another.
Yes, sir. We are done. 8 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 and 8 will be able, right? So this
Yes.
section has topic 1 of JEE main has been completed. So we will start from 9 onward. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is all for today. We will discuss more in the next class. Till you do your assignments, go through to your portal and do that. Discuss first the assignments, then we will discuss. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can stay or ask. Otherwise, we can go.
Thank you, sir.